Hey, how's it going, everyone? So today we're going to go ahead and take a look at an article from our favorite place, Kotaku. Now, I don't normally frequent that site, but every once in a while I just have to go and look and see what kind of just bad takes they have, and today did not disappoint. Now, this article was posted on Friday. I can't believe I actually missed it. But anyway, I've only read a certain part of this article, and then I decided to go ahead and start recording and make a video of it. So as we go through it, some of this I've not read yet, so I will be just as surprised as everybody else as I'm going through this. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. All right, and I will go ahead and leave a link to the article in the description if you do want to go read it yourself. But it goes, the campaign against Avowed reveals the bigotry that fuels the anti-woke. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. So it starts off, in its crusade against Obsidian's action RPG, the anti-DEI mob has given the game away. So it says, in 2024, there's rarely been a game announced without a small but tiresomely vocal group of grifters attempting to whip up controversy for their social media followers. No matter what the title and no matter who the developer, every announcement is meticulously scrutinized for any faint sign of thought crime, an element that could be construed by these charlatans as proof of wokeness, something they can decry as DEI initiative, and then this speculative notion is spun out to followers as the latest attempt to take away your games. The latest target is Avowed, but in picking on it, those running the grift have rather shown their hand. Okay, so that first thing was just a little bit to take in. Let me go ahead and talk about that a little bit. First of all, not every game that has come out has been scrutinized. And it also doesn't help when the developers of some of these games come out and outright admit they're injecting these things in. I mean, it's out there on social media. The proof is out there. So again, I don't even know what they're talking about here. Not every game has run across this. And as far as the line where it says, the latest attempt to take away your games, no one has ever said that. No one that has spoken out about this has said that they're trying to take our games away. What we have mostly talked about is the injection that you can clearly see. It's obvious when they do it. That's the only thing that has ever been mentioned. At least as far as like the creators that I've watched or some of the people's articles that I've read, that's what I've seen. I haven't seen anyone say taking our games away. So I'm going to read this next part and then I'll kind of comment on that. It says, like any online scam of any note, it's so brazen that it's only more depressing that it works so well. As much as it might infuriate you that someone you know would fall for a cold caller telling them they need to send gift certificates to fix an issue with their Windows operating system, it should equally upset you that these legions of people fall for the same woke gaming grift over and over, but with Avowed, the forthcoming Obsidian role-playing game set in the world of Pillars of Eternity, the con is so brazenly laid bare, yet of course it still works, but it's so much easier to see how. Oh boy.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
So, first of all, no one is grifting and no one is lying. This is nothing close to a scam. What the comparison they're making here, not even close. There are content creators and influencers that people like. They go and follow that person. They have a like-minded opinion and they are willing to support that creator willingly. No one is forcing them to do it. They are willing to do it. When people are out there making content and stuff, it does become a job to a certain point for them. And so, of course, they're going to need to make a little bit of money. And people are willing to support those creations because they enjoy it. There's no scam happening here. But anyway, it says, the stick works like this. A game is announced, and because it's 2024, it has nothing to do with 2024. Just stop saying that. That the game may not exclusively focus on a white dude. Again, nothing to do with that. Saving the world for the lady in a bikini or a sexy lady playing dress up in various bikinis while saving the world. I mean, some still do, but this is an industry that creates games that feature a broad range of characters. The grifters recognize this as a useful target for their grift, making claims that the game is artificially altered from what should have been. I know what they're talking about here. They're talking about Stellar Blade. Used on a desire to a preconceived as progressive, then use this to convince a large number of disinfected young men that the world is trying to take away from their last vestige of entertainment. The only place left where they feel represented and prioritized, the only hope is to rise up and fight what's rightfully theirs. And if they like give some money to the grifter for the project that never sees daylight. Again, what are they even talking about? What are they talking about? None of this makes any sense. No one is grifting. Like I said before, it's not a scam. People make content. People like that person. They go and support that person. It is literally just that. They're just sharing a like-minded opinion. And let's talk about this other little thing that they just said where they're talking about, oh, because it's not a white dude or a girl in a bikini. Nobody cares. Yes, that appeals to some people. In all honesty, they can have all of that stuff in a game, and if the game was crap, I wouldn't play it. No one would. Yes, some people like having that stuff in their game, but it's not just about that. No one is saying this. It's like they're not even listening to what anyone is saying as far as anyone who talks up against us. And yes, you can go ahead and lump me in with that group of people because I think all that crap is ridiculous. But I digress. My point is this article is so out of touch and so off base, it's comical. And of course, what would you expect coming from Kotaku? I'm not going to go too much more into the article. I'm going to leave it, like I said, in the link below. You can go read the rest if you want. It can get to be a pretty lengthy article from what I scrolled down and saw. But my point is, this right here is a perfect example of why people are not turning to the mainstream media. If I go to a gaming site like Kotaku is supposed to be, I'd rather read articles about the games, not crapping on content creators and then calling them grifters and then saying they're running a scam that is disingenuous and that is a blatant lie. Are there some of them out there? Maybe. I haven't ran into them. But the people that I do watch, the content creators that I have interacted with and watched, are not doing that. Where most of the time they're streaming, there's a conversation to be had. They're going over a lot of the same stuff that I'm doing here and talking about it. That's it. People choose to send them super chats. People choose to support them in some way. It's not required. You can still go on, watch their streams, watch their YouTube videos, leave comments, and interact with them. The money that they make is a donation, really. That's all it is. That's not any different than like a nonprofit organization or going to church and putting into the plate. It's no different. Are you going to call those a scam too? I'm sure some people would probably think that, but I don't believe that, not even for a second. Because again, a scam is where someone tricks someone into giving them money in exchange for something that's being promised that isn't delivered. Where is the scam here? People are willingly donating to these content creators to help produce more content, and that's what they're getting. So where's the grift? I don't get it. Now, I'm going to say, if you go read this article, obviously, it shows the author at the top. I'm not going to mention their name because I don't want anyone going and attacking this person or saying anything to this person. I think every good creator should say that. Don't go and find them on social media and say anything to them. It's not worth it. Just read the article and laugh at it. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know if you want me to look up more ridiculous Kotaku articles that I could go through and laugh at. This one's exceptionally long, and I don't really want to go through the whole thing. Like I said, you can go read it yourself if you want, but I just kind of wanted to talk about it, laugh at it a little bit, and put my 2 cents in there. As always, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and then I will see you next time.